So here we are recording, and still a few seconds after the start, and looks like Matt is, no, is it Bob Perry is doing, is poked out there in 5-6. Dave's down, Dave Franzel is down to leeward, started at the pin. And everybody in between. And once again, it's Dave Franzel duking it out with Bob Perry. And here we have Frank in the gray boat, heading for the current in good pressure, but just the other boats have more gauge or further upwind. We have DB in the center of the tacking right now. And we can check on how the boats round. They're within a boat length of each other. Oh, and Frankie's making the bold move. He's got to be right there too. He's on starboard. And Franzel, nice roll tack. He gets Big Kyle rolling out. That helps bring the boat around. Jib's still in, bringing the bow down. Oh, Jib has to be in anyway because they got to make the staking offset. And Bob actually goes to weather Frank just to say I love you, and then tacks, and just completely gasses Frank as they round the weather mark. Franzel has a pretty decent set right at the mark. And Bob's crew is a well-greased machine, well-oiled machine, and they had a good set as well. And we'll see how Frank is. Ooh, things are looking good on the foredeck on Frank's boat, but not quite as quick. And 71, they're working. They've got the guy pre-fed. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, they're doing it by the book. Freaking thing goes out and it's full. That was an awesome set. Just at the end it collapsed. It was an awesome set. Here comes DB, doubles night on DB. You know, we've got a disabled person. Alex has a very hurt back. But that's working pretty well too. Looks like we might have, well, we don't have a wrap, that's good. And here comes Brian, a little late. So, these guys are ready to go as well. This is awesome. Oh, look at that. Oh, hey, well, this is a little premature, guys. Not sure it's a little bit too much windage. I wouldn't pre-feed that until between the, as you approach the offset. It's not going to help you go fast. Okay, here we have about about halfway down the run. The wind's lightened a little bit, and Franzel is leading by substantial margin. Bob Perry has sort of gone away. He hit the right hard, it looked like, downwind, and it looks like Frank McNamara has maybe taken over second place. Here we go. So here we have on the second beat of the second race, and it's Franzel, and oh no, Brad called it. It's Bob Perry is back in second, followed tightly by Frank. So it's a horse race, but there's a pant load of bad air, and both those boats really need to tack out, which would force them out underneath the spinnaker. Frank goes, and he has to. Because he has no chance of passing anybody going that way. Bob has a little better deal because he can, but he's going to have to split with Dave too, and which he does right now. Oh, and Franzel, big surprise, tacks to cover. So Frankie, whatever leverage he got was about 30 seconds. Maybe not enough to catch up. So here we have, once again, back on the final beat. You see our leader right here in the foreground is Dave Franzel. Just to leeward of him is Bob Perry, and, you know, bow out and to leeward of Bob is Frank. McNamara. And I think that's this. I suspect this is where these three boats will finish, with Frenzel, Perry, and McNamara in that order. Dave's actually going pretty fast. It's hard to tell as they pass us because the relative positions changed a little bit. And then for third, looks like it's going to be Brian. So here we have approaching the finish. Race number 2, July 31st, Tuesday, and Frenzel wins. Whoops. And then you can see that second and third, that's the space that finishes, it separates them. So a boat length and a half maybe. Coming up to the finish. That's Bob Perry on the inside, upwind. He finishes second, and then Frank McNamara finishes third. And it could be tight here. We've got once again DB duking it out with Brian, but Brian's way closer to the line. But I don't think this space between them is indicative of what their finishing distance will be. You know, DB's actually closer to the boat, so he shoots. That's a long way to shoot, and Brian shoots. So it's 52, but they're overlapped, and so it was like, as I mentioned in the video, it was going to be way closer than that windward-leeward separation. But 52 and 61. No smiles on that boat. Oh, another tight finish. I'm back aft, but 72 and 50 are overlapped here at the finish. Still overlapped? No. Okay, not quite overlapped. Oh, and then 51. So it was pretty tight right here in the middle third.